how most of the storylines that we have going on in WWE are very family oriented. You know, like I said, being able to feud with my son and bringing our feud into wrestling, knowing that in real life, shit happens like that. You know, you're always fighting with your kids. You know, kids are always fighting with their dads. I think it's the best relatable content that you can display that when the fans see it, they can relate to it.
You got any advice for people like me that's fighting with my son? Because my son, he could have been like, what?
He's talking about wrestling. You're talking about real life.
Yeah, he know what I'm talking about. Because my son,
I went through that for years.
Man, he could have been.
How old is he?
He's 23 now. He a better fighter than me. He got better skills than me.
Wow.
He's just naturally just gifted, and he's just a fucking asshole.
So that's what it is too with this generation. How they just turn out to be better, man.
Yeah.
I mean, like I see my kid, and I'm like, damn. I wish in the 3 years that he's been putting work into this business, he trained for about 4 and has been wrestling for 3. But to have the success that he's had over the past 3 years, I had not even 15% of that.
I think it's the internet, bro. I think that's because with social media and it's just information is passed so fast. Yeah, and they get more famous. Or you talking about his skills?
Skills and overall, just like his character, his the way he performs in the ring. Like it took me a lot of time to figure out little shit that he already knows. And I mean, a lot has to do with the people that surround you too. You know? Yeah. But overall, like his growth has been. Like I don't get tired of telling him, especially if I see him work. You know, telling him, bro, that was a really good match. Like you really tore it up. You know, and oh, thank you, Dad. But overall, like I see a lot of details that I know for a fact it took me years to learn that, and he's just picking up like that.
You think it's because he was like surrounded by it as a young kid?
I that's probably my best reason on why he has picked up so fast, because he's been around it his whole life. You know, subconsciously. Yeah. I would bring him into the locker rooms. He would hang out. He'd play around. Maybe as we were going over our match backstage, you know, he was hanging out and not thinking nothing of it, but picking up at the same time. Yeah. You know, a lot of things he picks up much faster than others.
I think you might be right, because I saw this one kid grow up. I trained with this one fighter named Antonio McKee, and he had a son. He was like a single father, and he always had to bring his son to the gym. Right. And ever since he was like three years old, I seen his son in the gym, and one day I just saw his son messing around, just playing around the gym. I looked at him and said, "Hey man,
there's something there."
I said, "Your son gonna be one of the best fighters in the world." Wow. And he didn't think nothing of it. Right. And here now, his son is probably one of the best fighters in the world.